What's up? I'm Steve Greene. You're watching Tough Talk. Today we're talking about why they should teach sex at school. I know they already have sex ed, but all they did in sex ed, correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't really paying attention. I was sort of looking at my super hot teacher's boobs. Miss Texera, you were stacked! They don't teach you how to fuck well. Here's how it always goes, right? You're in the science class, you're sitting there and you're like, fuck this shit, this is lame. And then someone's like, you said fuck this shit in sex ed. And they're like, okay, so guys, they have penises. And God, why do we have to call them penises? It sounds like awful. We should call them dicks. Science teachers should be like, okay, boys have dicks, girls have pussies. I mean, I'm serious about this. Like, let's just get real about it, because that's how they're called in the real world. So we should just call it that and not be fucking lame and call them vaginas. I know there's this whole women's empowerment movement about the word vagina, but it's a disgusting and filthy word. It's worse than the word cunt. Cunt perfectly sums up what you're looking at. Have you ever looked at one? It looks so fucking weird! Vaginas look fucking weird. All right, you guys can go ahead and be like, oh, Steve, I fucking love vaginas, man. Can't get enough. And actually just look at one. There's a reason why guys just don't sit there with you in bed and just stare at it. Okay? We're good. We got it. So instead of sitting there in sex ed and being like, boys, the blood will flow into the penile tract, and why do they have to do that? Just be like, boys, when you see a chick in a low-cut top, your dick is gonna fucking explode in your pants. Do you understand? And you're just gonna want to ram it into things until you figure out that you should be ramming into a woman's vagina. Look, I'm just saying, if the teacher actually stood there as if she wasn't a robot and she was like, guess what? I have this thing on top of my vagina, and if you flick that thing, I'm gonna fucking love it. Why can't they do that? Instead, it's like, this here's the clitoris, it's a piece of cartilage that's stuck at the top. It's like, what do I do with it? You're making me afraid of it. Tell me what to do with it. I'm just trying to tell you that I would probably be a lot better at sex right now had I been taught the right way. Now, for those of you who are like, wow, this is way too much, this is crazy, this isn't the way that I want my kids to be taught or whatever. First of all, they're already learning all this shit on the playground, believe it. They're also like seeing videos of like jizz just exploding inside of a vagina and how it all fucking finds its way. They're seeing all this vulgar shit already. Why can't the teacher be like, and also, yeah, pull my hair a little bit? Would that be the worst thing in the world, that we actually got something good out of it? That we actually learned something of it? So that when I go home and I'm sitting around the table with my parents and I'm like 15 years old and like, so Steve, what'd you learn today? I'm like, I learned that it's okay to choke Mrs. T if she's coming. I'm tired of fucking like I went to public school. I want to fuck like I had a master class. If people were just more honest about shit, instead of everybody being so fucking Puritan. Teachers are basically teaching all this shit, like going like this, like, okay, so there's a dick up there. Is it that embarrassing? If my parents had given me the sex talk a lot sooner, I wouldn't have just like fucking gone crazy to find out like everything there is to know about sex. Please guys, please, pretty please, subscribe to my fucking YouTube channel. And like me on Facebook. You can also follow me on Twitter if you want. But liking me on Facebook and subscribing really gets my clitty going.